If you have been looking at CERWIN VEGA XLS 215 Dual and still are not fully sure whether it is the right buy for your needs, that is exactly what this review is here to clear up before you spend your money. A lot of products can sound great on the listing and still end up feeling underwhelming once they are actually in your hands, so the real question is whether this one gives you solid everyday value, fits the way you plan to use it, and feels worth the price. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Hey everyone, I'm back with another speaker review, and this one's a bit different because I almost made a mistake with it myself. You know how it goes, you see a listing with those big, bold specs, the shiny photos, and you think, this has to be the one. But then it arrives, and suddenly it's just not what you expected. Maybe the bass feels weak, or the sound is muddy, or it just doesn't fill the room the way you hoped. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit, and that's exactly why I'm sharing this review today. I'm always on the lookout for great-sounding speakers that won't break the bank, but also won't compromise on quality. And, to be honest, it's getting harder and harder to find the right speakers for my budget, and that's what makes this review so crucial. If you've been in my shoes at some point, this review is for you. So, if you've been searching for a pair of tower speakers that actually deliver the kind of sound you'd expect from something this size, without breaking the bank or taking up your entire living room, stick around. Because the CERWIN VEGA XLS 215 might just be the real deal. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I've never been swayed by shiny ads or fancy marketing, who has, right? But the more I got to know these speakers, the more I realized that they're not just about looks or fancy specs, they're actually built to deliver on their promise of quality sound. And if that sounds like what you're looking for, then keep reading. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Now, I know what you're thinking, tower speakers are big, heavy, and expensive. And yeah, some of them are. But these? They're surprisingly manageable for their size. I mean, we're talking about dual 15-inch woofers here. These things are built to move air. But they're also designed to fit into a home setting without looking like an industrial PA system in your living room. The build quality is solid, too. The cabinets are thick, the finish is clean, and they don't have that cheap, hollow sound you sometimes get with big box store speakers. I've seen tower speakers that look amazing online but feel flimsy in person. These don't. They feel like they're built to last. One of the first things I noticed when I set these up was how easy they were to place. Unlike some tower speakers that need to be bolted to the floor or positioned just right to sound decent, these are pretty forgiving. I put mine about 6 inches from the back wall in my living room, and the soundstage opened up nicely. The bass isn't overwhelmingly boomy, but it's deep and punchy, exactly what you'd want from a pair of 15-inch woofers. I played everything from jazz to rock to electronic music through them, and they handled it all without sounding muddy or distorted. Even at higher volumes, they stay. Now, let's talk about the sound signature. These speakers lean a little warm, which I actually appreciate. If you're used to super bright, analytical speakers, these might not be for you. But for me, that warmth means the mids and highs sound natural and inviting. Vocals come through smooth and detailed, and instruments have a nice body to them. The tweeter is a 1-inch soft dome with ferro fluid, which helps keep the highs smooth and reduces distortion. I've heard some speakers where the highs sound harsh or sibilant, but these don't. They're just easy to listen to for long periods. If you're someone who loves listening to music for hours at a time, then you understand how important sound quality is. I mean, who needs a fancy pair of noise-canceling headphones when you can just turn up the volume and enjoy the music, right? And that's exactly what these speakers deliver. They're not just speakers, they're an experience. When I first started listening. Alright, that's all for today. If you found this review helpful, let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to check these out, the link is waiting for you in the description.